Hey guys, I'm Lawrence.
And we are the Wayward Wags. Wait.
I'm Lawrence.
Hold on. No, I need to get comfortable. Start again.
I'm Lawrence.
And I am Natalie.
And we are the Brazen Brits.
I almost snorted.
So we were nominated by Jessa and Dan from Home Meets Road, and this is the Quarantine RV Question Challenge. So we have a list of 9 things here. That's 5. This is 9. That we have to answer from being full-time RVers on the road. Now, I feel like we're cheating this a little bit because, as you can see, we are not in an RV. We actually own a property, so we are back at the property now, which we'll explain a little bit. But let's go through the questions,
okay.
And hopefully that will tell the story. So
all right.
I'm going to let you answer question number 1. How much toilet paper do we have?
Oh, that's a good one. Currently, 9... like maybe 15 rolls. And shh, don't tell the neighbours.
Yeah, don't give our address away. So we actually, from our RV trip, we bought a whole bunch from Costco and we stored them under the bed. So even when the quarantine started, or where things started to get a little bit funny, we had plenty of toilet roll. It was only when we arrived back home that we questioned, do we have enough toilet roll? But a good friend of ours gave us a care package as soon as we arrived home. It was on the doorstep when we got back, which was amazing.
Yes.
So we have plenty.
Yes, we're good.
So luckily that hasn't been a struggle.
It has not.
So what has been the hardest part of quarantine? This is more for you, and I'll explain why it hasn't been so hard for me in a moment.
I forgot my answer to this one. I guess for me it's not being able to just go to the gym and go out on dog hikes without feeling like people are judging me because I'm not locked down. So yeah, being out and about, I guess, has been difficult for me.
For me,
no difference.
The difference for me is that I work 9 to 5 and we do cool stuff on Saturday and then we move on the Sunday. It was the Saturday that was the hardest part for me. It was...
Well, it was the same as every other day. We just had to stay in the camper and it just got boring.
I mean, it was kind of cool because I could just drink as much as I want on the Friday night, and then the Saturday I can do whatever I want and watch Indiana Jones Raiders of the Lost Ark on the Saturday.
That happened several times.
It totally happened. But you know, I like to go and see, you know, the interesting things of where we are. There's no point in doing an RV trip and moving from place to place if you can't see that stuff. So that was probably the hardest thing for me. Well, this is an easy question. Where are you parked and docked? We are in our
homestead
own property. Yeah, so we own a homestead or a farm in Virginia, and we are back here now. So we were in Little Rock. Our trip was all around Florida. It went all across to Texas, and then we were in Little Rock, and that's when the COVID stuff really hit, and that's where we were just in the trailer for the whole time. And we thought, well, there's no point in us paying a mortgage on our homestead and paying for the RV parks when we're just going to sit in the trailer for 7 days for that week. So eventually we saw no end in sight to the end of the quarantine. So we just, over 3 or 4 days, we just pegged it home. And so now we're back on our homestead. So that's where we are right now. Natalie, what's your biggest challenge during quarantine?
Oh, I've forgotten this one as well. The biggest challenge. What does that mean?
It could be many things. So I know the answer for you.
Okay.
So the answer for you is the gym.
Oh, so things that I miss.
Just the biggest thing. So I mean, for the quarantine. So before you would go to the gym every single day. Like we would find
True. So I mean, this is this is similar to then question 2, right?
It is, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess it is, yeah. But I think we haven't had an issue with toilet paper, but I think the hardest thing for you has been getting out and about.
Yeah, for sure.
So what are you grateful for during quarantine?
Oh, I skipped a question there.
Did I?
I did. I was already
right.
on something else. What are we grateful for? Okay, that's a really good question. I am grateful that we have the homestead. So I feel really bad for a lot of people that full-time RV, sold up on the road, that's it, because it was really nice to come back and we're getting 20 to 30 eggs a day from the chickens. We have a freezer full of beef, we have a freezer full of chicken, we have, all the space here to grow our own vegetables, and so I'm very grateful for that. I'm very grateful that we don't need to go grocery shopping every week because we really are quite self-sufficient here. And that's definitely something that I'm grateful for.
Yeah, I think it's probably the same for me as well. I think at the beginning of the quarantine, it was kind of scary where they were saying, hey, we're going to close down campgrounds. And I think the guys who make that decision don't realise that there are people who live full-time in their RVs. And we've met so many nice people on the road who do that. And so luckily, very quickly, they changed the rules that you had to book campgrounds for at least 14 days, which means that people aren't just, at the beginning of quarantine, people are just like, hey, kids are out of school, we're out of work, let's go on vacation in the trailer. And that was kind of messing it up for all the people who are full-time, who actually need somewhere to park their trailer to live. So I'm grateful that, they changed those rules, which actually was bad for us because when we pegged it home from Little Rock to Virginia, we didn't want to do that in one day because that's like, what was it, 22 hours or something?
Ooh, excuse me.
22 hours. So it was nice that we did manage to find campgrounds that would accept us for one night. When we explained our situation, we could say, hey, we just need one night, then we're moving on to Tennessee one night, then we're moving on to West Virginia one night, then we're going home. Bless you.
I got sneezing, sorry.
So it was, so I'm grateful for that, and I'm grateful that they changed the rules that all campgrounds were closed so that the people who are full-time RV actually have somewhere to stay and they have somewhere to park up and they have water and they have electricity and they have septic systems. So
yes, I'm glad they changed that.
So what do you miss most about the quarantine? No, what do you miss about the quarantine? What do you miss about being in quarantine? And again, I think you already answered.
Yeah, I was going to say, this goes back to another previous question. What I miss most? Well, going to the gym, working out, not at home. I have no motivation to do in-home workouts. And people have been sending me so many, hey, here's a quick 20-minute in-home workout. I don't have the motivation to do that. I have to go somewhere to do a workout. So I do miss that, that's for sure.
So this isn't more, well, I guess it is the fault of the quarantine, but I guess it's more about RVing on the road. I miss seeing different places every Saturday. I miss travelling on the Sundays. As much as the drive can be stressful and it can be tiring, I miss seeing those sites.
And exploring in general, right?
Yeah,
getting to somewhere
just
completely
being
new.
somewhere different, seeing different cultures. And I know, I'm not talking like the different cultures between like Asia and Americas. I'm talking the US has all of its different cultures. And I kind of miss all of that. Different cultures, different food, traveling on a Sunday, seeing different things on a Saturday. That's it's kind of a bummer being back in Virginia where we've lived for the last 7 years. So I think that's the thing for me.
No, I think that's a good one.
This one is pretty simple. When was the last time you were at a campground?
Oh.
There's two answers for this. The first answer is Little Rock. That's where we spent a whole week.
It's about 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, our videos are a bit behind. We'll probably post this before our videos, but we were in Little Rock about 3 weeks ago. We were there for just over a week, I think. And that was the last time we were really at a campground. We just spent one day, just overnights at certain RV parks just to get us home. In my old age, I struggle with long distance driving, so we did maybe 6 hour drives each day just to get home. So I don't think they count. So my answer is Little Rock.
All right. So the answer is what, 2-3 weeks ago?
Yeah, 2 or 3 weeks ago at Little Rock. That's the answer. Okay, what's your favourite quarantine food?
Well, again, this is null and void because we kind of eat the same thing every week. We don't really eat out very much and we're not takeaway people. All right, we got a lot of fried chicken.
We are takeout people.
Well, that's only... sorry. My sneezing has taken over.
Yeah,
I'm allergic to you.
I think being back at the homestead, we have 24 chickens here, so I wouldn't say eggs are my favourite quarantine food, but we have plenty and plenty of eggs. So if anything did happen, we have plenty of eggs to see us through. But I think I don't know.
Favourite quarantine food? That's quite a tough.
We generally cook at home anyway. We don't really get takeouts. We did when we were in the RV because we wanted to try at least once a week. We would try different foods.
I blow my nose. Sorry. Well,
So we would see. We would try different foods from wherever we were. Like even if it was dumb stuff, like trying Popeye's chicken from Louisiana. We tried that in Louisiana.
The local foods.
So I don't know. I guess favourite quarantine food? Eggs?
Eggs.
Because we have loads of them.
That's such a good answer.
Okay. What do you do for exercise workouts in quarantine, Natalie?
Nothing.
Nothing at all. I know I've got my quarantine beard going on and it is...
I don't think that counts as a sport.
No, it's coming off once I've done, but it is hiding the extra weight that I've gained.
Yeah. I mean, luckily we are back at the homestead because we have to go off and walk and do stuff and fix things, and so I'm still hitting my steps every day, but I haven't had the motivation to do any workouts or exercise, honestly. As I said earlier, people keep sending me them and I'm like, great, I'm not going to do them. So
there's a few things that we will do, but at the moment there's enough jobs on the farm that are keeping us going. They're not necessarily good for our weight, but they are things like, sat on a mower with a beer, like a ride-on mower with a beer, although it's doing something useful, it doesn't do anything for your weight.
No, but my Fitbit does think that I'm on an exercise bike, so I got like loads of steps.
Really?
Yeah, the other day it was like outdoor bike, 2 hours. I was like, sweet.
No way.
Yeah, it counts as an outdoor bike. I think.
Were you like riding the mower doing this or something?
No, honestly, it counts.
Okay. The mowing.
It doesn't.
What do you do for exercise workouts in quarantine? Mowing. That's the answer.
On a mower. Okay, Fitbit have got a glitch, all right? I looked at the forums and...
Shh, don't tell them.
Okay. Mowing.
Okay, mowing. I've lost like 24 pounds sat on a mower drinking a beer.
I don't think you can tell by this video that we haven't, but whatever.
Okay, so that was it. So anyway, we want to nominate 5 other people to answer these questions as well, and I think it's interesting for RVers. I think this is one of those Facebook things that can go around lots of different people and everyone has the same answer, but for RVers I feel like this is very, very different. So yeah. So the first ones are our good buddies, the Wayward Wags. I don't think they're going to do this. I don't think they're going to do it.
They've got nothing better to do.
No, that's true. That's true. But they are somewhere warm and nice.
Yeah,
it's been raining
like
in Virginia.
Fishing and the little lizard out for a walk.
Yeah.
They could answer these.
Yeah. So okay, right. Wayward Wags, you're up.
You're up.
Okay, Runaway with us RV, Foreverland, Chief and D, you're up. The Concord 5, and
our crazy RV life.
Yeah.
These are my Twitter friends.
So these are our Twitter friends. They're people we follow on YouTube. We haven't met all of them in real life. We talked to a few of them on social media and things. So one day we're going to meet up with you guys. But until then, we want to know what your answers are. Okay, Lawrence is out. Natalie's out. See you next time.
Bye-bye. I think at one point I was like, so you might want to edit that out.
Tell you why.
I had a little burp, but it went on a bit longer than I thought. And you were talking, so I'm just next to you like... I almost snorted. I didn't realise how many of those were so similar. The first time you read them out, I was like, yep. Second time I was like, what? What are we saying?